Now, obviously you mentioned you went to like 2 cafes, sometimes like after work. That's a whole heap of food and definitely a drink for someone, for most vegans really. What,
Yeah.
but it comes down to diet. And I know you're super passionate
Mm,
about food because we were talking about it before. How
yes.
is a way that you've balanced all this eating outness
Yeah.
with also being a healthy role model for everyone, including yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about this for ages, but
Please do.
I guess a few points. You know, a lot of the times when people see, you know, the Instagram photos and the spreads, it does seem like a lot of food, and it is a lot of food. And I guess a really good reminder, especially for young people looking at that and going, you know, how are they eating this much food and not putting on weight, for example, would be to look at that food and say that the person is most likely, and definitely in my case, they're sharing that food. It's not just all for them, for example. And a lot of the time, in my case as well, you know, there's pizzas, there's, you know, chips everywhere on the table. You know, if we're not finishing it while we're there, we take it home. I definitely do a lot of doggy bags and have it for lunch the next day, or, you know, sharing it with my family and friends as well. So that's one thing, I guess, for people to firstly remember when they're looking at those photos and thinking or questioning about that. Um, and the other thing, I guess, you know, because I go out and eat a lot, or I did go out and eat a lot, when I do cook at home, I do make it quite, um, I guess we can label it healthy, you know, um, because I know I'm getting that really big treat on the weekend or after work, when I go out for pizza and things like that. So, you know, it's a bit of a cliche hashtag balance, but it definitely is about that. Um, One more thing I was going to add as well. What's really helped me in the past is not kind of seeing or labeling foods as good or bad, because you kind of can sometimes get into that all or nothing mentality where, you know, you're having a really good day with food and then you eat something bad and you think, oh, the whole day is ruined. Instead of thinking like that, you think, you know what, I'm allowed to have some treats. I'm allowed to have some more fun foods, but that doesn't stop me from staying on track and being healthy, you know, 80% of the time or 70% of the time or whatever you want to do. So, um, yes, I can talk a
That
lot
is
about this, but
that is
I
your
think,
thing. So
yeah,
as a vegan, I know a lot of studies have come out in terms of like what the
mm,
difference is between like caloric ingestion and weight loss and things like that. And they've found that mainly if you're eating whole foods plant based, you don't really need to monitor those types of things. So